What's up, LC heads? And may the luck be with you today because, I mean, it is part 3 day. Guile dropped. On top of that, the arc for part 3 is pretty damn nifty if you're working on any counter builds. I do believe it has some counter 3 ability on it that you can teach your other heroes. Well, no arc luck for me, unfortunately. I did manage to pull the hero because, you know, Adis wants that review. So here he is. Right, we did get both of his pieces of gear. So let's take him to the lab and see exactly what it do, Mountain Dew. Side note, for this guy to use his special counter, which is really what this guy is really all about, you have to have an S1. He's going to turn his S1 into a special counter animation. So it is pretty cool. He does throw people up in the air for his counter. Something else to note as well, when he stands still, he takes a crouch. When he takes a crouch, his defense doubles. So it's very easy to have 6,000-7,000 defense with him right off rip. He's going to be super tanky. The AI is written different for him. Instead of running around, he's going to want to stop and hold his ground by default. Let's see what that means in Spirited Assault. We're taking him straight to the White Lab on God mode. Now, since I don't have his arc, I just put an arc on him that's going to add the counter damage. Why not? So, the good news is he also gets to increase his SCT recovery. His S1 charges super fast when he's just standing there. There's our counter. There's our counter, and there's our other counter. And here's our third counter, and here's the problem now. We're out of counters. We just got another one back. But you guys can see how he can get overwhelmed. Here's the S2. I dig the S2. I think it's cool. There's the S3. Get him up in the air. That was interesting. I think he just threw a counter over there because I couldn't reach. Let's see if he can do that again. Oh, no. Could have sworn he just countered and threw one of his sonic booms over there. Interesting. I mean, he's still going to have a counter chance built in, but I don't think it's going to be his special animation. We have 2 of them. Shabam. Shabam. There's 3. I dig those. That's cool. I like those. And the S3 that they couldn't interrupt because we had some MP to sacrifice. Awesome. So, yeah, dude is going to be a menace, a monster, especially if you got that that S1 charge on him, right? Because essentially what this is letting us do is, in a way, this is giving us a way to spam his S1 in the form of a counter in Arena, right? Other heroes can't do that. Like, you're almost never going to throw an S1. It's going to be 30 seconds in between. And when it does happen, you're going to wish they threw an S3 instead. So, getting this hero a bunch of S1s and getting him charged is the way to go. Because then as soon as he gets hit, shabam. Oh, through the fire. There we go. Someone hit me. There's a third one. S2, I dig that. That hits everybody on the line. There's our counter. We're going to S3 these fools. Very nice. Up in the air. Oh, wow. The spell did interrupt our S2. And that is because we are out of, we were out of MP. Here's something important to note as well. So, if you look at Guile here, he has 3,000 defense. That's because I'm doing an attack. I'm doing his basic attack. And that's going to cut his defense in half because he's not on the ground. As soon as... Oh, well, he fainted as well. That's part of my problem right now. So, obviously, when you're in faint, your defense is cut in half because you don't get that special ability. But as soon as he recovers from this and he crouches down to the ground, I should be able to show you that his defense goes to 6,000. So... magic is probably going to be his weakest link. That's the lowest stat he's got. So there, we're on the ground. We are actually crouching, and he's got 6,036 defense instead of 3,000. So that's absolutely phenomenal. on top of the damage reduction, all the damage reduction that he gets from all sorts of different things and ways. It's pretty damn solid. Like, this is a crazy, crazy counter tank. He's going to be the 2P counter, right? He's extra effective against soldiers, knights, humans, and has that flinch proof. Oh, I shouldn't have used the S1. S2. I dig the S2. I think they did really cool with that because like the range on it, it hits everybody in a line. I dig that. There's the S3. We probably stack some airborne damage on him. Here's our basic attack while we're trying to get some MP back and get our S1 back. Yeah, I think you're better off sacrificing the S1 as a counter, hands down. Oh, we get to use his special. Beautiful. Now, he doesn't get his full special damage unless he's at a quarter health or less. Come on, hit me. There we go. Let's throw that special so we can see what this looks like. Yeah, no. I wouldn't want to get hit with that. He's straight flexing on them fools. So all in all, it looks cool. I dig that. Very cool. Very cool hero. Different. That's what the S1 looks like if you don't use it as a counter. You know, he's pretty much just making that sonic boom thing in front of him and sending it flying. I do believe it goes all the way across the screen. Let's see. Oh. What about the S2? Yeah. S3 does have a range. So, anything that increases aerial damage, I do believe is going to stack up nicely on him because he is throwing people up into the air even with his counter. I don't know if Sky High and Sky High 2 affects counter. I'm not sure. I'd have to, actually look into that, but he's pretty freaking gnarly. To get his MP back, I just put Goddess Kiss on him. He is going to be draining his MP to stay alive. I do believe he has, I don't remember exactly what it's called off the top of my head, where you're sacrificing, 3% MP or 3 MP or something per hit to cut the damage down in half. Is it Celestial Mass? Yeah, he's got Celestial Mass, and he's using, on top of that, he's using 3% of his max MP to become flinch proof when he drops one of his attacks. So he's got the flinch proof going for him, and this nasty retaliate ability that's throwing people up in the air. Let's go smash an Ogre with him real quick, just because, I don't know, it just seems right. So, thing is though, you run out of those S1s, and he's not going to be countering like that. I'm sure he still has a normal counter animation. You're gonna want to use an S1. That's the best way to spend it. And it is cool that just by standing there, he charges that S1. He gets 150% more to his recharge. So I'm already starting the fight with 2 S1s. I do not have skill 1 charge on him at all. I do believe one of these is coming from the paid gear that we got. It's his comb. Yeah. What are we at? Yeah, we're at 6,000 defense. Bring it on, birds. Oh. Not too bad. A lot of these birds just took half their health. So I also want to see if he can survive the Ogre Smash. He should be able to with a 6,000 defense. It shouldn't even be a thing. Just something to keep in mind, though. Every time you do a basic attack, and he's going to have to do basic attacks to get MP back, you're going to want to try to time that where you're not getting smashed yourself. Because, again, to do a basic attack, he has to get up off the ground and cut his defense in half. So you're only going to have 3,000. Oh, no. Like, let's get rid of some of these damn birds. Do they have an earth resistance? No, they are neutral to earth damage, so Wow, one of them just smacked me and I didn't retaliate. Let's S2 this fool. I like the S2. Oh. Holy cow. So either the ogre just killed us and we somehow just came back to life, or we countered through his smash without taking a bunch of damage. Yeah, maybe I'm just not used to seeing that, because usually when the ogre is glowing and he brings down that hammer, you're losing a life out of that. But we have auto revive on us, so we haven't used that. So he just shrugged that off like it wasn't no thing. Oh, but this is... But this is... Now the ogre can smash us, and we'll only have a 3,000 defense. So let's hope he doesn't start glowing. Yeah, obviously they're not going to make this guy absolutely invincible. You're going to be able to status him, and that's probably going to be the way to go for dealing with Guile. Yeah, because you're going to have to status him. Got some Earth Attack 4 going up. Go ahead, bro. Start glowing. So yeah, with Guile, I would just practice playing without ever tapping the S1. Right? Like, yeah, I don't see any other reason to use the S1 unless you are trapped. You have a boss that is throwing you across the screen and trapping you there, and you need to get some damage done to him. So I do believe the S1 will go across the screen. The S3, he definitely needs to be in range. Okay, he's glowing. Let's see. Let's see it. And I'm probably going to counter this and kill his ass in the process. So yeah, Guile, our new Earth tank with the counter. Very powerful. Holy cow. It's just going to be a blast in guild versus guild, right? Yeah, very, very potentially nasty tank. We're going to see him fighting 2P in arena, I guess. So, very cool. I guess the real question is, how much counter gear do you have to go around? And who do you want to put it on? So, very cool. Got to give them props on how the hero looks. I think they've done a great job on all these heroes. Guile looks awesome. Let's look at his special one more time. That was just cool. We'll just instacast his special this time and start dropping that shit. And we're not going to see it at full potential, because I highly doubt they could get him down to a quarter health, especially with his counter ability. He's just going to mop the floor with them. But let's see what the special does. I believe the other two heroes have a single target special. His is going to do some AoE, and then it's going to single target. So he's throwing them all up in the air. Oh. I mean, that did pretty much wipe most of the birds. Right? So that's cool. That's not powered up. Right? He's pretty much going to be doing, what, double the damage as soon as he's down to a quarter health. It is cool that he has AoE built into his, though. Alright, come on, Ogre. Yeah. Oh, psych. 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 Every single time. Okay, so he used it there, too, even from a distance. Hadouken! I've always liked the Sonic Boom. It was always dope. And man, that S3, you ain't gonna want to get close to him. Like you're not gonna want to get close to him. Kind of cool though, because I mean, he has range, right? The S1 and the S2. Let's see how far. Okay, so the S2 has some range. It's not gonna go all the way across the screen. What about? Interesting. Okay, so that will go across the screen. If you want to sacrifice one of his amazing super counters to do that. I like the S2 though, I really dig that. Oh, a counter didn't activate, that was wild. Shabam. Basic attack looks pretty good too. Then fist glow. He is just cutting air. Shabam. Oh, I didn't counter there. Interesting. Oh, we didn't counter there either. It has to be a pretty high chance because it's like every single time he has his S1 charge and he takes some attacks, I see that thing going off. Yeah, when I first ran him and I was absolutely just dumping his S1s and getting rid of them, I wasn't seeing his counter proc that much. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. We are at 5496 defense. Our defense. Oh, yeah, that's right. Our defense dropped because of the arc that we have. We should still be good. Go ahead. Bring it. Bring it. And I'll counter through it. Oh, and it broke him. And that's your ass. That's it. So that's cool. Being able to shrug off the Ogre's hammer like that is pretty dope. Gonna have a lot of fun with this hero. I would like to get the arc. The arc also has Ken's robe or armor on it, so that, like, 75 strength on a cloth, and I thought it's like 10% more damage, and you take 10% less damage. So it's got a solid Trustmaster on it, but really I want the arc for the boost to counter. So I think him and 2P would want that, and any future counter heroes. Counter heroes are the meta right now in guild versus guild. 2P will wipe out your whole team. Even Violet. Even Violet's pretty cool. They really should have gave Violet a little bit more. But still, very cool little mechanic. And his is absolutely different. Again, 2P doesn't have to sacrifice anything from her kit. Her counters are just going to be her counters. He does have to sacrifice an S1, but it looks like we could probably stack some aerial damage on that. Again, that's something I have to check. If anybody's already done that, leave me a comment, let me know. Either way, dude is he is strong. He is definitely strong, and let me know what you think. Best of luck to everybody. Hopefully you pull him off the first ticket, and I'll be trying to get the arc that way. Later, everybody. I got a 10 pull to go grind out. Have an awesome day, and I will see you on the flip side.